In today's messages from the guides, we talk about how it's difficult for them to set guidelines because as new information is being released out there, that's changing the collective vibrations of things and the projections that are available. So, the spiritual community is providing all this information about what's happening with the planet at this time, and with the new Earth and the golden age, and with all of the planetary vibrational alignments. So, this information is to give you options and choices so that you can better prepare yourself for what is to come, so that you can shift your vibration in order to choose your future. So you can choose if you're going to raise your vibration and come into like new earth and the golden age, or you can choose to stay in the denser earth that you're learning lessons and it's basically like a school. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, I am a light worker who uses automatic writing to receive messages from my guides, and I share those messages here from you on this channel. So, let's just get into the reading. Thank Shifts you. And changes coming up are nothing to be afraid of. It's just transitions into something new. That's all that life is, a series of transitions. You can use them however you need to. They are just a way to get from one destination to the next. The upcoming big flash or solar flare is not avoidable. Information on exactly when will vary, and how it will affect each individual will be different as well. But it is all necessary for the transition and changes needed to get back on track to where the planet and humanity is headed next. It will not be a minor flare. It will be a catalyst and recognizable. It will help to clear what is no longer needed and activate what lie dormant and needs to come into play for where you are going next. It is difficult to wrap your head around solar flares, natural disasters, new Earth, and major political changes happening all at once. But in order to reset things, what was before needs to collapse to make room. Things cannot coexist on such opposing vibrations at the same time. You can't say you want something better, yet keep doing the same. You must choose different, and sometimes that means having your hand pushed so that you have no way to back out of the progress. Though this is all following planetary cycles with Earth going through the photon belt and the vibrations shifting, the end results are different than what came before. There are a lot of other factors that come into play with what is available to be initiated at this time. Some will be repeating history, some will be cause and effect, and some are brand new, which has not happened during this shift before. New Earth is a new enhancement that was not available before and was not part of the equation. The number of solar flares and activations happening now is also new. So when we say it's not experienced on your planet before, we are being truthful with you. We can only see projections of how it will turn out, as everyone will still have free will and can respond or react however they want with the upcoming changes that are happening. As more information about these events is being shared globally through social media, classes, courses, etc., as your spiritual leaders, teachers, and light workers prepare, this causes shifts in timelines. It allows for different vibrations and different results. Think of it like this. If you knew there was a chance of rain, you choose different shoes, pack a jacket, or an umbrella. This is much the same. As more of you are understanding or trying to comprehend the upcoming shifts and activations, it allows you to prepare. What that looks like is going to be different for everyone. Some will start to clear their blockages, let go of their darkness, and make room for the light and higher vibrations. Some will be activated, start to trust their gifts, and help others to understand the shift. They then become teachers for change or a catalyst. Some might start to let go of the judgment and fear of what is happening in the world and shift to a lighter outlook and higher vibration. Some might start to take action to help shift things in their environment or with those around them. There is no right or wrong answer, but as that information comes out, it causes a shift in how some individuals choose to create and what vibrations they are at. This in turn affects the projection and timelines. As previously discussed, some of those projections or events that might have been discussed could then be avoided or no longer be projections because of those changes and shifts. This is why it's difficult to pin down timing of things and what will truly happen. Some items will happen regardless, but how they unfold and time frames shift. The big solar flare is inevitable. New Earth is going to happen. The Golden Age will still be an option, but when and how they unfold will shift and change. So we are just watching and waiting. When we say the Golden Age will still be an option, that does not mean it's not happening. It means not everyone will experience it, as their vibration determines what timeline and which Earth vibration you will be attuned to and experience as a result. By option, we mean it's a choice on your part as to where you put your focus, your energy, and where your vibration allows you to have access. There's a lot unfolding, and that unfolding creates opportunities for changes if one is open to evolve, adjust, and move into something more different. The information and basic understanding is out there, and your dormant DNA is being activated, allowing you to have access to more of your higher self. But what the individual chooses to do with that is completely up to them. You can keep your blinders on and ignore and stay in the harsher density, or you can make shifts and changes to experience something else. This is how free will works, and that's how the earth plane operates. Earth is basically a school where you get to learn, experience, make choices, and determine the direction of your future. Will you learn the lessons or keep repeating your mistakes? Will you fall under peer pressure and give up what you're here to do? Or will you stay strong, find your voice, and graduate? Will you surround yourself with those on a similar path who support you? Or will you stay tethered to those who will keep you small, take advantage, and drag you down? You get to choose your life, its direction, its outcome, and what you want to see come next. You've always had a say. You've always had the option. You have more access to information now than previous generations. What are you doing with it? What are you using it to learn and expand? Or are you mindlessly scrolling and watching your free time slip past you? Where are your priorities? What are you attracting to yourself with your focus and your energy? We can only make you aware. What you choose to do with that awareness is up to you. We can't live your life for you. You must actively choose your future and what unfolds. Much like choosing to graduate high school. Are you choosing to stay in the town you grew up in, go to college, start a job? You had choices then and got you headed into a direction. You can change that direction or destination at any time. You aren't locked into it. You just need to make a choice and then watch your life unfold in front of you. You are in charge of the speed at which change happens. You must find the balance of working towards your goals and destination and taking care of yourself so that you don't overwhelm. As stated before, you are no good to anyone if your battery is drained. It's about balance and working with the flow. You are never falling behind as there is nothing and no one to catch up to. You can only improve upon where you were previously. That is all that progress really is. It's an improvement from the previous state or condition. As long as you are aware and working towards something, you are making progress. The exact details and timelines can shift and adjust as you go. Getting into New Earth or activating your DNA are an individual process. You aren't falling behind as everyone is starting at a different stage of their development or understanding. There are often several paths to the same destination. One is not more correct than the other. They all just have different challenges and benefits. You don't have to live your life or learn the same way as another. Just because they found a method that works for them doesn't mean it'll work for everyone or that it is the only way to do something. That is part of why you are here is to have an individual journey. You're here to learn and create something new or different. That becomes difficult when you live your life trying to fit in, not stand out, or following someone else's rules or expectations. One of your first goals is to realize that there is more, and you only need to step out of those constraints to start to clear another pathway to have different choices available to you. This all comes with self discovery, healing, and growth. You can't evolve if you are refusing to change. You can go down with the sinking ship, or you can look for solutions or a better method to get ashore. You don't have to give in to what others tell you or force in front of you. You always have a choice, so pause, check your options, and make a decision on how to proceed. How you view life, transitions, or changes is always up to you. If you aren't happy, look around and change something to create what you need. If you want more, create the circumstances and lay the groundwork for it. Though thoughts are important, action is how those thoughts become reality. What are you ready to adjust or change to see and have that you want to experience? The world around you is changing. How you react is up to you. Will you try to understand and find meaning? Will you view it as an opportunity or a catalyst to shift as well? Or will you fall into chaos, trying to hold tightly to what was instead of focusing on what could be instead? You always have a choice. Get excited about life again. You don't need to panic about the shifts and changes. See this as a chance for something more. See this as a choice for something better. Greet the future with open arms and welcome what is to come. You don't need to understand how something unfolds to be excited about the creation and the new outlook. You don't have to understand how a flower blooms to get excited about the bud transforming into a flower. You can just keep an eye out and enjoy the wonder of how it pushed through and is still showing its beauty. You are here to bring the light and the understanding. You're here to remind others they can shift, change, and have a choice. You can teach them how to let go of the dark and how to find the light. You can show them how to be excited instead of living in fear. Set others at ease by showing what is available when you trust the process and let go of stress. Stress is a choice. Fear is a choice. What do you gain from it, and why would you choose to put your focus and energy there? You can be prepared, but in an excited way. It's much like packing for a vacation. You know it's something different from your normal routine and that an adventure awaits. You don't need to bring everything along with you, just the necessities, but leave room in your bag for the new things that you find on your journey that you will want to incorporate into your life moving forward. Much like a vacation, you will be changed and you will feel like a different person. You just need to be open to preparing for the journey, booking the trip, and starting the journey to something new. You can't prepare for everything, but once you get there, the hard part is over, and you can start to enjoy and go with the flow of things. This is how we want you to view these transitions and changes on the planet and in your vibration. Prepare for the journey, pack what is needed, but get excited about the possibilities, the shifts in routine, and the adventures that lie ahead. You don't have to think about what happens after, just on getting there and being in the moment. Let go of your need to control or have a handle on your 3D life. As you shift, what you've grown used to worrying about or what created stress will start to release to allow you to come from your love instead. View everything as an opportunity, not a new challenge that needs to be conquered on a mental 3D level. You are coming into flow, so you must learn how to release and not come from fear as transitions and changes occur. There's nothing to fear in the higher vibrations. It's the lower vibration that created that feeling and that separation, and you are moving towards leaving that behind. This is going to be a process and take some time. So just work on each item as it comes up. Release any negative attachments and move your focus into your heart as you release and let go of what aspects come up. You'll slowly start to realize how much of the simulation was holding you back and making you small. Think about how you'd feel if you no longer had to work with a monetary system to meet your basic needs. If food and shelter were always provided for you without the need to worry about how to afford them, or someone else having more or better and judging you for those basic needs. Think back in the human history. Tribes and communities used to share food, help each other create shelters, or share the ones that they had. It was never used for hierarchy or punishment because it was a basic need. So everyone worked together, provide for the whole. Everything was for the community, and you would support what each person was good at, and that's how they'd contribute. There is nothing saying that you need to stay in what society has created as the only way to live. Even throughout the planet currently, different cultures address things differently, from maternity leave, child labor, homelessness, and education. It's not consistent across the board because it is all made up, which means that there are options and it's not necessarily part of your spiritual needs. It was just a means to apply structure or maintain control, but it's different due to cultures, history, and priorities. New Earth or the Golden Age will start to dissect some of that. Clean up what isn't working, create what could be or should be to allow everyone to shine and to be themselves once more. How much happier would you be if all of these things weren't concerns and you could spend your time how you wanted to? If judgment and obligations were removed and you could just be instead and know that it was okay, know that you were still safe, know that you were taken care of. This could be your future. This is an option. You just need to let go of what was to fall into the vibration of what could be instead. Your future is a choice. Where you end up is a choice. You must do the work to get to where you want to be. Otherwise, you'll be pulled downstream by the current and have no say as to where it takes you. Do you want to switch courses? Do you want to try something different? Be someone else? Let go of the things that you don't want? Staying in that vibration that you are in is a choice. Surrounding yourself with those who bring you down, don't accept you for you, is a choice. When you choose differently and release the toxic parts of your life, your projection has no choice but to shift with you. It's like a rubber band. When negativity keeps pulling you in one direction, you stray further from the center or neutral point. It starts to become tense and you aren't able to move freely anymore. But when you release that negativity, you will be pushed forward into a higher vibration, then start to settle at neutral, with that neutral location being at a higher vibration from where you once were, as you are no longer being pulled into that negative location anymore. Once that has been released, you have options as to where you want to go, which direction, and how you want to get there. This is the same with your life. You just need to let go of what is holding you back and pulling you in the direction that you don't want to be. Once you become aware, you must take the action to correct your course and fix the miscalculation so that you can get to your new destination. There are things you don't have control over, but you do have control over your responses. So, when the world around you seems harsh or scary, will you dive into the negativity or will you find the silver lining? Will you shift your focus to what you can change or adjust? Will you find the positive or build the positive? Will you guide others to the light as well? You will never stuck. You are always a decision away from a course correction and a new, more suitable path. You just need to bring your awareness into what you are doing to make those adjustments and see a better future. Thank you, and I will see you next week.